with the most wildest experience I had on that boat was right out here behind me, right out there in the deep ocean out here. I ran over like a plastic bottle and it somehow tore my my rudder off of my propeller blade, and my boat was in the middle of the ocean and the blade had taken off the boat and water was coming at my boat, and I was freaking out. I was alone out there in the middle of the ocean and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So I took my shirt off and I put it over the hole where the water was coming in, where the rudder was, and I went ahead and started getting the water out of the boat first of all, and the current was bringing me closer to shore, kind of pushing me, and I went ahead and got out of the boat and I started swimming and pulling this big like 14 foot boat, 16-foot boat, swimming with a rope. I tied a rope on it and I was swimming towards the beach right here. I had it right here behind me on the beach, and I'm pulling this big heavy boat, me like an ox, you know, like swimming. And then when I got closer to shore, I could like walk on the ground there. And they had these big black prickly spiny things, and I was kind of in the middle of the ocean still. It was lower tide, and I stepped on these prickly things, and there's like needles, like cactus, and I was screaming, ah! And I'm like, this is a bad day. This is a very, very bad day. I'm alone in the ocean with a sinking boat, stepping on cactus. Very good, very good. But I made it to shore, and I ended up replacing that rudder thing, the blade, the propeller, and was able to never do that again. Never do that one again. That really was a nightmare. And I actually went swimming for the thing. It was actually a long pole on the blade, and I never found it. I just was looking in the ocean. I never could find that thing, so I just bought a new one. But that was a nightmare in the middle of the ocean, alone. I was like, you're gonna die out here, dude. You're gonna die. But I didn't. I stayed alive. Another story I had was I was alone, just hanging out on the other side of the island, and I went ahead and put my anchor out, and I didn't realize, but my anchor got stuck on a big like rock, or a big coral rock. And I had a good time. I was laying out there. It was a beautiful summer day. It was gorgeous. I'm alone, right? I went boating alone a lot just because nobody wanted to go, and I'm like, I'm going boating. So I went ahead and said, okay, it's time to go home, and I pulled the anchor up, but it was stuck. And I guess it got lodged in a rock, a big coral rock, and it wouldn't come out. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I went ahead and dove in the water. It was so deep. I was just to the anchor and I couldn't grab it. I ran out of breath and I went back up to the top. I'm like, this is very deep. It was like 20, 30 feet deep. So I'm like freaking out, you know, and then I'm like waving at the boats like, hey, help me. And everybody passing me by. And so this one boat came by and I said, I give you like 500 pesos, like $10 if you help me. Come here. And the guy says, oh, 500 pesos. I like that one. So he come and he just put a scuba diving gear. It was a dive ship boat, and he went down and he undid it and said, my 500 please. And I said, here's 500. So I gave him the 500. I was stuck like in the middle of the ocean, and it was getting sunset, so nobody was like there, and I did what I had to do and had to pay someone to get my anchor down. I never did that one again.